How's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Caleb.
And Akshay. Oh shit! Fuck. I did not.
This is your second time. We don't need to introduce you anymore.
I thought we were riffing for so long. I was just not even ready for this.
But welcome, guys, to another episode of the LCR podcast.
Lights, camera, reaction.
Yes.
Episode.
Take a guess
Take
what
a
episode
guess.
it is.
Don't look at the laptop.
Okay. Fuck. Is it 27?
Add like
45.
Yeah.
No, 35.
35.
Okay, I was gonna say like 200, and then I'm like, don't be an asshole.
No, guys, this is episode 62.
Amazing.
I don't know.
Congratulations, guys.
Thanks. He was on like episode 50.
Might have been.
No,
it's for the movie one. It was
like
53.
53. Okay,
Yes, indeed.
You're on episode 53. So
Not
it's
even
almost
9 weeks later.
Yeah.
And you're back.
I'm back, guys. The return.
The return of Akshay. So yeah,
Hopefully, by the next podcast, we will be at the 1,000 club.
1,000. We got like what?
We were 12 away, but YouTube glitched.
What?
We're at
What?
986. Yeah.
That's
So
some bullshit.
YouTube's
The algorithm, man.
But thank you, Black Widow.
Inaccurate.
You helped us out. Also, if you're listening to this and you haven't seen Getaway, go check it out because it's on our channel and it's
so good, guys.
It's thriving, guys.
Links will obviously.
It broke 120 views. That's
here's the
pretty
thing,
crazy.
I get to be objective about it because I wasn't involved in making it. It's fucking great, guys. By the way,
Thanks,
Thank
amazing.
you.
I get to be objective. I'm the critic. It's
was
great.
garbage.
It was fucking shit.
It's so good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, you're really good in it, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, both of you actually are.
Now just wait. You guys are gonna get to act together.
Yes,
So
we
That's
are.
gonna be fun.
That's a teaser.
Anyways, I got some news, and then we're gonna talk about Onward, but yeah, we got some news to talk about. I'm just gonna jump into it.
A lot has happened this week.
A lot has happened, but staple of the podcast.
Wait.
I wish we had beers right now. The box office.
Is that the way back?
Yeah, the way back when he kept hitting it with his thumb. Also came out last week. This
Hashtag
is
the way back.
March 6th through the 8th, that weekend. I think we all assume it came out at number 1.
Yeah.
The way back. No. Onward.
Absolutely.
Bad Boys.
No, Bad Boys is done, but there is news still about it. Onward came out with 40 million on top.
Nice.
It's been the worst opening for a Pixar movie since Coco.
Wow.
So, it's like, I guess like Coco and every movie after that kept like having good openings. So this has been the lowest one since like Coco.
But it did better than Coco or worse?
No, worse than Coco.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Coco, I think, did 50 million opening, and every movie since then climbed up, and this one did 40 million. So, it still was a good weekend, but it just didn't reach what Pixar has been used to for their movies. But the last 3 movies have been sequels, so obviously they're gonna have good openings.
Also, there's been this trend of movies that are supposed to do good within the past month or two, and they don't.
It's true.
Yeah.
And ones that are supposed to bomb do fantastic. Bad Boys is going to be at number 5 for the rest of the year.
Honestly,
they're not going to.
I won't be surprised if it's number 10 at the end of the year.
Honestly,
there's not that many big movies coming out this year. There's a few. There's 6 I could probably think of that will be in the top 10, and I'm I think Bad Boys are going to be in the top 10.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Last year was the peaking of that big studio box office thing, and now there's no serious Avengers movie, serious Marvel movie out this year. We've got Black Widow, but
Dude, I'm so hyped for it.
yeah, but we don't even really have A-list DC movies except for Wonder Woman, which is way later.
And that'll probably make money.
That'll
Hopefully.
definitely make
Unless
money.
it follows the trend, it's the second worst DC box office Harley Quinn. I don't know what that voice turned into at the end.
That's a carnival barker.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah,
Go and get your popcorn.
coming in at number 2, The Invisible Man, 15 million. Have you seen it?
I have.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it a lot. But
Yeah, I like it. I think it's the thing is, there's like a movie called Hollow Man.
Yes, with Kevin Bacon. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get him started.
Yeah, everybody's been telling me like, oh, you know, like the remake, and I'm like, oh, you talking about like the 19th? No, I'm not, Andrew. Like, Hollow Man, Kevin Bacon. It's still a good movie.
Yes.
Coming in number 3,
Bad Boys.
It's the way back.
The Way Back.
Are you serious?
What was that?
Oh my god. When we saw fucking
8.5 million opening weekend.
saw my boy Benny in
So-
real life.
Benny.
We did. We got to see Ben Affleck.
Yes,
We
we
heard
did.
about his ice cream eating habits.
Yeah,
He was
watching
looking
True
good.
Crime. He was looking great.
That's the thing.
He was looking great.
Like that's the thing. I was really proud of him. He was looking so puffy for so long. Like not just for the movie, just in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to see him like just kind of slim down and
Yeah.
nice clean cut shaven baby
I guess
face.
him and Jennifer on good terms, kind of.
Hopefully.
He's
Somewhat.
apparently dating Ana de Armas now.
What?
Yeah. You didn't know?
All right. Well, guys, that's the LCR podcast. We will be back next week.
I still have Ben Affleck set. I will hunt him down.
Coming in at number 4, Sonic with 8 million. So no,
No.
no,
No.
You didn't
Yes.
see it, or
I do not like it.
did you see it?
I did see it.
Oh, you did see. You did not like it
I did not like it
at all.
At all.
Like there was no.
Why is this the second picture that comes up when you Google Ben Affleck?
His back tattoo. His back tattoo. Okay. If they were gonna do an open Q&A, I was gonna ask about his back tattoo, and I was like, I know he's gonna be like, that's the end of questioning, and he leaves.
But nothing. Not even like Jim Carrey.
I've seen Jim Carrey be better recently, with Kidding.
Oh, I guess
on
I haven't
Showtime.
seen that.
And so it's like I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, this is the return to Jim Carrey that we all love." I'm like, no, it's him in autopilot, like doing his like Jim Carrey shtick.
Interesting. Well,
Yes.
there we go.
We're not going to get into it.
Yeah.
No, this is not the Sonic podcast.
This is just Akshay's 2 cents since we haven't talked about movies with him for a while.
Yes.
And number 5, Call of the Wild, 7 million.
Yeah.
That is it. But
We were talking about Call of the Wild in the last one I was here for.
probably. Oh yeah, because of like just
Releasing.
movies coming out. Yeah.
Go
But
see Togo. Disney Plus?
yeah, Disney Plus. But Bad Boys just passed 200 million domestically.
Wow.
So.
My God.
And it's still like I wrote that down, and then I wrote that down yesterday. Check today, it's at 202 million. It's still making money.
Why is it doing so good?
Yeah. Why is it?
What is the formula there?
Like, I had a lot of fun, but
Yeah,
apparently,
it was
like
really
all of
fun.
America had a lot of fun with
had
it to
a
the point where
lot.
it's
And the rest
still
of the
making
world,
money.
apparently.
Yeah.
China?
I think that'll be the biggest surprise of this year is Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that it came out like the third week of January says something.
January was a decent month.
I love The Gentleman. Still my
Gentleman.
number one
That
of
was
the
a
year.
decent month, I'd say. Yeah.
As far as January's go?
January's go.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. As far
I
as
mean,
January's goes.
you had your typical awful, The Grudge, The Turning, like your horror dumpster movies. But
Underwater?
Underwater was a nice like alien thriller
What was
kind
the
of
second
movie.
week? Third week was Bad Boys. Fourth week was The Gentleman.
Was it Doolittle the second week?
No. It was a movie we saw. We didn't see Doolittle.
Oh, I think there was a week we probably skipped.
Maybe.
Maybe it was the first week we skipped.
Going down the timeline.
Anyways.
You guys didn't see Doolittle?
Oh, hell no.
You didn't go.
Did you see Doolittle?
Shut your
Journey.
poor mouth.
Did you see Doolittle?
I did not.
Oh, okay. I'd have been like, what the fuck?
That was gonna be my shit film of the year. But then I became a coward.
But here we go.
Oh. We saw 1917 the second week, but
Yeah. Anyways.
it's not until a 19 movie because special screenings.
special
fuck
screening
you.
bullshit.
2020 movie.
So,
Fight
Thor. What's it called?
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, Love and Thunder.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson accidentally confirmed. Like, it was all of us kind of assumed, but now it is official. Whoops.
Official.
Christian Bale is the villain.
Mhm.
So it's
He's
official.
the bad
He's gonna be the bad guy. He's gonna own every scene he's in. It's gonna be great. I'm excited that he's gonna be with Taika.
Yeah,
I've made that joke too many
interesting.
times, so I couldn't do it.
Ah,
I'm glad you
damn
did.
it. Well, I've got your back, man. Yeah.
Another one. Vin Diesel talking, interviews for his most recent film, Bloodshot.
We're done with the Christian Bale thing already?
Well, like this is like all Thor,
Yeah.
Love and
okay.
Thunder news.
Big
Yeah, there's
dump of shit.
There's a bunch of shit that happened. Vin Diesel kind of teased at Alpha Groot. Does anybody know who what Alpha Groot is? No.
Oh.
Is
Crickets.
Because I'm not a nerd.
Dork.
Yeah, I have no idea what Alpha Groot is. Maybe Caleb, if you know. Okay, he's closing his phone. Never mind.
I was looking up the more important fact, but once you're done, we'll get into it.
But so I guess no more Teen Angst Groot.
Yeah,
Thank God.
That ship sailed.
I'm sorry.
I mean, there was also the confirmation this week that like Guardians are showing.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
Is that Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna? I don't know how long they're gonna be in the movie, but they're gonna appear in the next Thor movie, which
sense.
makes more sense because
You got to connect the dots and.
well, like, everybody
Endgame
thought
and-
Thor was gonna be in Guardians 3,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I think since James Gunn's like, bitch, I ain't making that till I'm done with the Suicide Squad. So I was like,
Definitive
let's
Suicide
just
Squad.
let's put Guardians in Thor. So that's what we're getting now instead. I think then that's gonna be exciting then because then Taika just gets to make everybody fucking goofy. So
Right.
I'm pretty excited for this. I have no idea when it comes out, but that is the news. I get the biggest one was definitely that Guardians was going to be confirmed in this Thor movie.
The
So,
heavy rumor that Christian Bale, the character he's going to play, is called the God Butcher.
the God
Wow.
Butcher.
He
Damn.
shows up in comics where there are multiple Thors, and Natalie Portman's coming back for female Thor.
Do we
So-
think he's going to kill Hemsworth?
Maybe we'll see.
Damn, that'd be fucking
Maybe
dark.
or
That would be dark.
That would be dark.
what's God? I knew his name and I forgot it already. The Horse Thor.
The horse.
Oh, Billy something.
Yeah, Billy Jack.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, man.
He's got like a horse head.
He's a very
Here's the thing.
popular.
I always read DC comics. I was never like.
Beta Ray Bill.
Bill. I knew there was like a billion
Yeah, that's the
there.
thing. I was heavy into DC comics, but never really Marvel. Yeah,
Makes sense.
except for the X-Men.
His head was on the tower in Thor 3.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Goldblum's tower. It was one of the four heads.
Yeah.
So people were
Little
speculating that.
Easter
Yeah.
egg
Also,
there.
God Butcher is also a very slender man. So Christian Bale likes his slender roles.
That is true.
I mean, he was already slim for 4v Ferrari, so he probably didn't have to do much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's gained back that weight now.
Right.
I
It's
guess
not
that makes
healthy
sense,
to
yeah.
stay at a super slim.
He did say that
wasn't-
like he's probably quitting like his big weight fluctuations soon.
It's not the healthiest thing to go back and forth.
No.
the
And
man,
you're
the
like-
man, the man's won his Oscar. So
The man's nearly 50.
yeah,
like,
I'd
Now
rather
he
him just
already-
make a bunch of good movies with the same weight than him jumping from fat to skinny every other.
If you want to
movie.
go back to your Bruce Wayne body and just stick with that,
yeah.
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah. Dude might have been a psychopath, but he was also a hottie.
dude was a
Mhm.
snack.
Dude, yeah, I love that movie. News about New Mutants here. We are getting a love story with two girls.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Blue Hunt and Maisie Williams are going to be a love story. So I guess this is like the first true lesbian couple on a superhero
Bro,
movie.
are they about to portrait Lady on a Fire, my New Mutants movie? What the fuck?
I have no idea what's happening, but that's coming out. Also, I guess the director came out saying that the movie was 75% done before all the Disney Fox deals started going around.
Yes.
But he said there was never reshoots. So
Nice.
That is the interesting thing. I mean, like, there was, like, all of the delays. I think I did read that interview, and he's kind of like, oh, there wasn't reshoots planned. And I'm like, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I feel like he's supposed he just has a gun to his back, be like, you say that there was no reshoots.
Yeah, because, like, I think, like, here's the thing. I don't believe that there. I do believe that there wasn't reshoots done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that there was never reshoots planned.
Right.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think that he's very much like, because there was the whole thing that happened that he was satisfied with the original cut of the film, and then after the test screenings that still went positively, they wanted to amp up the scariness and return it to his original pitch, and that was where he was feeling like the thing. I'm like, I think he's just still satisfied with that original cut, and he's just happy to release that. So he's just kind of like
he's
playing
happy
ball.
to have his
can't
film
make
out
up the
there.
part, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that'd be like, that's like an artist's like worst nightmare. You put your life and soul into something, and then you can't even show anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god, I made this. Can I please show people?
And I think like he's playing ball because he's getting to release a cut that he likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice that they're not throwing him under the bus or anything.
Yeah, or like
So-
getting other people to like reshoot or whatever, and like all these things.
But like I think we talked about it last podcast. It is confirmed that it's PG-13. I don't think it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I
So-
mean like Glass and like Split were PG-13,
and
those
then
Yeah.
Birds of Prey was R, and
Yeah.
as Caleb joked about it, like it underperformed, and I kind of do think it was that R. So
and I mean like horror can totally work in PG-13. I think
Yeah,
that's like,
exactly.
a total misconception. to think
Usually,
that it has to
you
be
try to
R.
go for that R, and you just use cheap tactics at that point to make it scarier.
Exactly.
It's like more blood isn't going to make it more scary.
Exactly.
But as far as this love story, did you need to tell us?
I mean,
Can't we
like
just
it's
figure that
literally
out?
the comics characters are like LGBT, so it's like
Yeah.
LGBTQ. So it's like I don't really. I mean, it's there. It's like it's
Yeah,
part
cool.
of it. Totally cool.
Like, why'd you have to tell
yeah,
us?
I'm
like-
saying like, why do you have to make an announcement? Be
Yeah.
like, hey guys, we have a gay couple in our movie.
I think corporate synergy.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely. That's definitely it. They just want
Yeah.
buzz. They want to get
And I mean,
trending.
I am glad that they are staying true to that. From the
Yeah,
comics.
that's cool. That's
one
great.
thing I'm glad about. I am interested in the angle it takes because I mean, they say that this is gonna be like a horror movie meets like a kind
I
of.
lost my pen. I have no idea where it went. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Boy, you need a wrist strap, like I said.
No, I need your little.
It's literally right under your seat, like in the middle.
Okay, that's why I
directly in the
can't see it.
middle.
Okay. Continue.
I can't
Akshay. What
see
is-
without my glasses.
But they do say that this is like, they were saying it was like, what was it? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest influence, as well as Breakfast Club influence, as well as like Shining and stuff influence. So like, I'm interested to see that kind of like, because like the big thing that's great in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is the interactivity of all the people who are there and the bondings and the relationships they form.
Yeah.
Same thing with obviously,
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And so I'd love to see.
I swear to God, if there's not a montage of them just playing in a library and dancing, we riot.
Exactly.
It's kind of. I guess
will
that's
bring
kind
my
of cool.
shovel.
Take the age and the innocence of
Mm-hmm.
the Breakfast Club and put it into a situation of the Cuckoo's Nest where they're in
with
this-
mutants as well.
Yeah. So that's cool.
An ATJ with their Russian accent.
Comes out in like a
yes.
month. I don't know. Connor doesn't like Russian accents.
Connor doesn't like accents.
Really?
We've just been talking shit to Connor the last week.
Love you, bud.
We love you, Connor.
See you soon.
Let's see. Sticking on like with Marvel stuff. Oh, just something little. I guess Loki is confirmed to drop early 2021. So
Okay.
okay.
I'm genuinely just.
But I mean, that's just like they're gonna be pumping these shows out. But I don't know about Falcon Winter Soldier because it is on hiatus because of that coronavirus.
Yes, as many things are.
Yes. Production has been halted for the show.
Okay.
Oh fuck! Speaking of coronavirus, I literally just got a text
I just got it.
about coronavirus. Tom Hanks has coronavirus.
No.
No, like legit. My brother just texted. I mean, I
No.
will obviously check.
No.
I will confirm.
No.
Because there was some fake news that Daniel Radcliffe got
Yeah,
it,
there
but he
wa-
came out saying no.
Let's check.
Guys, this is like live news.
This is
See,
live
Daniel
right
would
now.
have breaking news, even though this is coming out
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
His longtime publicist has confirmed that they have
How the fuck did Tom Hanks,
him and
America's sweetheart, get the virus?
How old is Tom Hanks?
Probably in his 60s or 70s.
He is 63.
Fuck me, dude.
Him and Rita Wilson have
Dude, no.
coronavirus.
No.
Okay, I think the line is 65. People older than 65. But that's too close for comfort. Tom,
I will not get out of bed. I will not get out of bed. No.
a celebrity dying from old age versus an illness is so much worse.
Actually, why did you tell me this?
Get out.
You were getting
Get out.
You were getting raw emotions right now, and I'm not liking it.
Breaking news. I am true to our audience. I'm
Breaking
looking out for
news.
them. They ought to know how you guys feel about this.
I gave Tom Hanks the coronavirus
I
did
am the
this.
coronavirus.
I did this for good podcasting.
for clout.
I mean, well, yeah. What if
But
this?
no,
Is,
that's
what if
fucking
this is the
awful,
one
man.
that blows
That's
up?
horrifying.
Sucks.
That's really sad.
At least the survivability rate is pretty high, even for people of that
Of age.
And he's got money.
He's got.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You've got money as well.
So-
He is Tom Hanks.
Magic
But how did
Johnson.
Tom Hanks get it? I need to
I
know
mean,
what he did. Was he
it's-
one of the people trapped on the cruise ship?
I don't know.
walking
man. Shit
around.
spreads quick. I mean,
Yeah.
like shit's spreading quick, and on top of that, I mean, once again, it's the same thing that like the people we don't actually have to be as worried about. It's still horrible, but the people we don't have to worry about as much are the people who have like millions and millions and millions of dollars, doctors to
Yeah.
go to things. We can just give our sympathy and pray for a swift recovery, but
If
Goodness.
Magic Johnson can be evading AIDS for the past like 30 years,
exactly.
I think money can solve anything.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we're just on the topic of the coronavirus, I got some stuff that got canceled or pushed away. So you got My Spy got pushed another month,
Yes.
even though that movie was supposed to come out last year.
I thought you were talking about like a convention. I was like, what the fuck is
No.
My Spy?
Peter Rabbit 2 got pushed 4 months. It was supposed to
Did
come
it?
out, obviously, Easter. And the big one that just came out today, E3.
Yes,
got officially canceled. Like,
Full
not
on.
pushed or anything. Like, people, they're all going to get their money
canceled.
back. You know, like...
That sucks, man. We were apparently gonna get possibly that like new Batman Arkham game we've been rumored for like
That and
ages.
Harry Potter.
That was
Well,
gonna be.
that's
the
what
Harry
I'm...
Potter
So I'm
game.
wondering now, like, are those just going to drop randomly? Or...
I mean, I think we're still gonna get a lead up. There's no way they're just gonna
But like, are we gonna like? Because that's gonna suck. You know, June's gonna roll around when it's supposed to be the week of E3. Are we not gonna get any video game news that week? Because like we're so used to getting news that week.
maybe.
No.
I mean, I'd be interested in seeing them just like live stream from their own offices. Just
You
like,
got to, because like
press
that's what
releases
you're
and
gonna
shit.
do anyway. Like Bethesda,
Is it getting
Xbox, Square Enix all already have their conferences, so just record them, like Nintendo does. What Sony is starting to do, and broadcast them during the week, or work with the ESA, the company that organizes E3. Just work with them, and they're like, okay, we'll just do weekly, or do that in the week and just stream it.
But is E3 getting is it getting rescheduled?
No, I think it's
Probably
just
not.
canceled this year.
Okay, so like I mean, then it would be like they would definitely. I think they might. I think it's just good to like just drop it. I mean,
Because like E3 has been declining in popularity, so
It
it's like
has been.
they have to like, this is a great transitioning point. It's like, okay, we have to think of something now.
So what if last year was the last true year of E3 and they're not gonna do the convention anymore?
Right?
fuck.
That really sucks.
Because that was a dream of mine, was to go to an E3 convention at least
Yes.
once.
Do you have any sports things on there?
I do not.
Okay, go ahead and finish what your list of canceled things.
Oh,
Is that-
canceled things? Oh,
Yeah.
that's it for canceled things. Just the 2 movies
Um,
and E3.
NCAA has announced the basketball tournament will not have audiences.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's
I have an ice cube in my mouth.
nice. Really?
That's crazy. That's that's gonna be awkward as hell to watch a basketball game and it's dead fuck. You just hear sneakers the whole time. That's all you hear. What?
Yeah, NCAA tournament will be held without fans due to coronavirus outbreak.
I guess like a smaller one I just thought of, the convention that David and I usually go to once a year called ACE.
Oh,
Where
really?
like a bunch of celebrities go there. You can meet them, autographs, pictures, and all that. They came out with rules, like you can't touch them. You're gonna be standing a foot apart. All this awkward shit. Today they literally just announced they're canceling it. So
That's
Get everyone
I think
their
that's for the
refund.
best.
and that was in Boston. I guess Boston just had like a state of emergency for the virus. So it's I don't
How
know.
many countries are on lockdown now?
India just got on lockdown. Damn. Yeah.
Damn.
Even if you have like a specific visa of transit like I do, can't go in until April 15th. My birthday.
But hey, if you want to go somewhere in America, airplane tickets are fucking cheap.
Yes.
So go visit your loved
That's
ones.
our advice.
Before
Buy
we
some
die.
fucking
Yeah.
plane tickets.
Go buy some fucking plane tickets. Why not?
Ever wanted to go to Las Vegas? Now's your time.
Pretty much.
The virus can't be sustained in the desert, silly.
It can't be sustained around all that alcohol.
Jesus Christ. And strippers and hookers.
Yes.
Actually, probably breeds in that fucking county.
You want to hear some satisfying news?
Yes.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
Yes. Did
Baby
he get
got-
coronavirus?
I wish. 23 years.
No, he needs to suffer.
I hope he gets raped day one.
Yes.
I hope the man rots.
And the motherfucker is.
prison.
Here's the thing. That's basically a life sentence. The motherfucker is obese as shit.
Yeah, he's pretty
in
much
his 60s.
dying.
He's
Like-
pretty much dying. That's
Wasn't
the-
he using like a walker?
Yeah.
I think
Like,
that
you
was
know,
just faking.
It's all,
bro. I think
yeah,
he was faking
it's
that
make
shit.
him look innocent.
Like that
He was
episode of
trying to get-
SpongeBob when Plankton slips on the
Yeah.
the floor.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
literally what he was doing. Like, fuck that guy.
Yes.
This is satisfying as hell.
Is what was it 23,
Yeah,
26?
23 years. He will most likely die in prison.
Yes.
So
Now is he going to prison or is he going to rich person prison?
I feel like you can't let someone that high profile go to like rich person prison. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With that, he's the villain of basically everyone in the country.
Literally, like nobody knew who Harvey Weinstein was, and then everybody knew, and everybody was like, "Fuck this guy."
Mm-hmm.
Like I never really registered it. Like when I saw like a Weinstein Company like production for like a movie, and then when I found out that was him, I was like, "Wow!" Like I've recognized the name all these years, but
You had a hand in literally everything, and apparently everyone.
everyone. Oh man.
I mean, you know, I knew who Weinstein was prior to all of this because, I mean, you know, I was big into all the Miramax films when I was like, you know, a youngin.
A youngin.
Yeah. So you know who he is in passing, but you don't quite. We obviously didn't live in the 90s where like super producers like him had a notoriety like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he kind of was also not only like did all this shit come out, but he also had no fucking career. Like he was producing things, but he had not the fame or the notoriety or the reputation that he used to have because, I mean, he found a bunch of winners back in the 90s and he's just been coasting on that for
Yeah.
He's also a shit producer and a terrible like beyond being just a terrible person, he's also just a shit producer. Like
Yeah.
routine.
Like he pretty much got lucky, and then like you said, he kind of just coasted that
yes.
line until he got
he
caught.
looks.
I am
the
tearing
lazy
this man
asshole
apart. Not only I'm tearing this man apart, he's a shit person and his career is shit. Fuck him.
I don't think you're doing enough, honestly. He
Yes.
deserves more than that.
Actually, I need you to get arrested, go to that prison,
and beat the shit out of
yes,
him with a pipe.
with a pipe, a rusty
with
pipe.
this chair. Yes.
Do you think you can get that chair in the prison?
Yes, I can keister it.
Shut up. Okay. But that was great news. That just came out today, so I'm glad we did not miss that.
Yes.
But I'm just gonna totally jump to this nonsense.
Nonsense. Wow.
A new Disney Plus series has just been announced.
Just
Yes.
as in today.
Like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh.
Two beloved characters from Beauty and the Beast are getting their own series.
Yeah.
Want to take a stab at who it is?
I know who it is.
Is it Gaston?
Yep.
You got one.
And Lufo.
And
Yeah.
Josh
Lufo.
Gad.
Yeah, or Josh Gad.
Yeah, with both of them returning.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, full circle. We were talking about Luke Evans literally last time.
Anybody listen to his album yet? I haven't.
I have.
Not good.
It's terrible. Here's the thing. I've told you one of my biggest hobbies in the world is listening to actors like musical careers and how shit they are. I can tell you which ones actually have good ones. Ryan Gosling.
Just one. Wow.
He's got a great band, by the way.
Okay.
Dead Man's Bones. Really good stuff.
Dead Man's Bones. Okay.
Do you remember, guys?
Not big on that name.
Oh, it's very Halloween and monster themed, but he makes like dark wave mixed with folk rock. It's weird. It's actually genuinely weird shit.
Okay.
Speaking of another actor,
It terrifies me.
do you remember Caleb Landry Jones from Get Out, the brother?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's just released 2 singles that are terrific. They're like prog rock mixed with like, they're cool shit. You know who's got the apex of terrible careers in music? My favorite, Joe Pesci.
What the
No.
heck?
Have you heard it?
No.
No.
Joe Pesci's music career. Okay, so he released an album once he'd quit acting. That was literally
Is this why he quit acting?
Yeah, for music.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And he released the album. It's in character as his character from My Cousin Vinny. The album is called Vincent LaGuardia Gambini Sings Just For You. And
I need to do some research about these.
there is a song on it where he raps called Wise Guy. There is a cover of What a Wonderful World, Butchie sings in his... Here's the thing. He doesn't sing. He doesn't sing. He mostly just speaks in his accent, but in tune.
Actually, you need to remember this after the podcast. I need to hear some
Yes,
clips.
I will. I'm going to play you the whole goddamn song.
No.
And you get to the part where he's singing the chorus. What? I see trees of green, red roses too.
Oh man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to listen to this.
I'm done with this conversation.
And I think to myself, wow, what a beautiful world.
Oh gosh, we need to move on.
Why?
How did I get to this?
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans. Oh, yeah.
Gaston.
Fuck that show. I don't need it.
Nobody
Disney's
needs it.
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
And they just started.
Yes, they just started. That's the thing. They have all this IP that they're literally using for nothing because Disney is supposed to be the family-friendly thing. So they're like, oh, all the Fox stuff that we're getting, that's going to Hulu. But Disney, they're like, oh yeah, there's really no livability within the IP that we have because we've already bled that shit dry in our films.
But people are gonna watch it no matter what.
People are gonna watch it. I don't give a fuck. It's terrible.
Like I will never watch Lady and the Tramp.
No.
There's no point.
It's so weird though. Who wrote Lady and the Tramp? Andrew Bujalski, who's like one of like the premier like whatever the fucking genre is, the genre that
that one genre
that Greta Gerwig came from, like the whole movement.
I still have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
I don't even.
Okay. I need some adjectives.
Andrew Bujalski made Computer Chess, and it's a good movie. And
regardless, why the hell did he make Lady and the Tramp or write it?
Yeah, why did he write it? That's the weirdest thing. It's like Andrew Ross Perry writing Christopher Robin.
Connor hates that movie.
Yeah. Mumblecore. That's what I'm talking about. Andrew Bujalski's like
Mumblecore?
You've never heard of Mumblecore?
I've heard of mumble rap.
Mumblecore is basically like indie movies that are relentlessly just normal bullshit happening. They're kind of insufferable sometimes.
Like there's really nothing about a movie in it. Like it's just kind of like mundane.
It's the most mundane shit that it's
like
hard
just
to
going through like everyday stuff.
Basically, it's hard to
like day in the life movies.
They're kind of slice of life, but they don't try to strive towards any realm of actual narrative or structure or characterization.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Computer Chess though. I will admit I like Computer Chess, which is
you
an
heard it
Andrew Bujalski
here.
movie.
Actually,
I like computer pinball.
I don't know.
He's literally the godfather of Mumblecore. Yeah, it's just like incredibly naturalistic acting and dialogue, mostly improvised, low film budget, and an emphasis on dialogue over plot and focus on personal relationships with peoples in their 20s and 30s. That's from YouTube. And Greta Gerwig came from that. Like she was like a Mumblecore actress and she co-directed one film that was a Mumblecore film. And then like the Duplass brothers came from there. Yeah.
Well, there's the 2 cents
There
that
you
I
have
learned
it.
today. Damn. Okay. Well, thank you, Akshay.
How'd I get to that?
Mumblecore.
Don't even think about it.
Lady
Luke
and the
Evans.
Lady
yeah,
and the
it was
Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp.
There we go.
So The Invisible Man came out, and its budget was like 7-8 million. It made a fucking profit.
Yes.
So Blumhouse, Universal already announced the next one they're going to reboot.
Yes.
Dracula.
Yes.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Are we going modern still, or
Maybe.
I mean,
Here's the thing. We got Morbius coming out.
we've got the
and
Dracula TV show
and you got
Mm-hmm.
Tepes, the Dracula from Castlevania. It's like they're kind of oversaturated with vampires right now.
I'm
When did the Luke Evans one come out? Like 2016.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. I will say this also, like, unlike something like Frankenstein, where we still, beyond the TV show Penny Dreadful, we haven't really gotten an adaptation that is very true to the book.
Just you wait. I got some news.
Oh my God! Wow. You're prepared, but no, like that's the thing. That one has so many layers to be explored because it's such a philosophical book, and the creature's so intelligent and beautifully morose and heartbreaking. And you know, we keep getting the relentlessly dull monster shambling around kind of thing.
Dracula Vlad Tepes. That's his fucking full name.
But you know,
Go on.
Dracula as a character is very much not the focus of the story, the original novel. And everything that can be done with Dracula, because he's just a tempter. He's a tempter who stays there. He represents, you know, the sexual repression and sexual freedom, and he's been explored in that way so much that it's not like you can go back to the original material. And also, it's such a distinctly that element of like sexual repression and freedom, and him being like the representation of Satan, at which they used to, you know, think that sex represented sin.
Yeah.
It's
Buddy.
so distinctly in
This is Blumhouse. I don't think they're exploring any of those things.
That's my thing. So like, where would this go is my biggest question.
I mean, Invisible Man didn't pull anything from the original. It's just the fact that
It's an
there's
Invisible Man.
An Invisible Man.
And I will say, what I genuinely think they could
like
possibly
he's kind
do.
of a mad scientist in a way.
In a way, I mean, yeah, he created it, so in some way
He's like a mad inventor.
I do think what they can do is like talk about the current Me Too era and abuse of power through a Dracula style character, like through literally Dracula, who is essentially the representation of someone who just sucks the life out of women, just like a Harvey Weinstein.
See, stuff like that is like the route I'd want them to go, but I don't see them.
I can see them going in that direction. I think that's the only.
I mean, that's what they tried to do with
open.
Black Christmas, and that I heard was awful.
What's that?
Black Christmas came out last year. Was that a Blumhouse film?
Was it?
The girl from Self Defense.
Ah, sure. I don't know who's in it, but pretty much the movie's been made. Like there was like one in the 70s, one in the early 2000s, and this remake. And this remake, I guess, had like a really bad like twist about like sexualizing the girls that wasn't in the first two. I might be butchering it, but like there was something that like was the reason why it was made. It was because of like the Me Too era and just everything that's been going on, and it just didn't mesh well with the film.
Yeah, I mean,
And so if you can't do that in Dracula, dude, give me a creature from the Black Lagoon, please. Like,
Yes.
like how kind of
But I
like
do
Caleb
think
said,
you
like you don't need Dracula right now. We have a lot of vampire stuff going on. Like, give us a different, or just come up with a new monster.
I do think you
it's not
can
gonna
do
be
that
my
with Dracula. It's a very, I think it's an easy realm to do it. You change what is a tempter to someone who abuses sexuality, someone who uses his power to imbue sexuality onto someone when sex was seen as sin. You kind of,
God, do you think that's like American Psycho then?
I wouldn't say it's quite American Psycho because he's just a lunatic, and that's a critique of like the yuppie culture. This, I mean, I think you just very clearly can make that idea of like, okay, well, a man who abuses and terrorizes this woman by trying to make her give into sexuality, which was, you know, once again at that time sinful and terrifying. Now you use it that he's abusing his power through sexuality, and a woman is terrorized by a man. Once again, it if anything, it's almost in that then would be in continuity with Invisible Man.
Or are they just gonna make a movie with a bad vampire and they gotta stop the bad vampire?
I mean, considering they've gotten like Karen Kasama to direct it, I can't imagine that it would be that simple.
Okay.
And here's the thing, I like Karen Kasama. I don't quite love Destroyer, but like
I haven't seen anything at first, so I can't say.
I like her direction. I don't really love Destroyer. The thing I'm worried about though is that I think that like Destroyer is a badly written film directed well by Karen Kasama, and the same people who wrote Destroyer are writing this. And also I think I don't want to get into Destroyer. I don't.
No,
like
don't,
Destroyer.
because I haven't even seen it, so I have no idea.
Bradley Whitford's in it and he's awful. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think I trust Blumhouse just yet.
I don't quite.
You did a
trust
good
them
job
either.
with Invisible Man, but
And also, what I'm saying is,
it's not like every movie you're gonna make now in this universe
I
is
mean,
gonna be great.
stick with the budget. Just
Exactly.
because this movie did go with $8 million doesn't mean you should give Dracula $20 million. Like,
Is it
give
20
them $8
million?
million. No, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
don't double the budget just because the first your new reboot universe you're secretly trying to do. Don't give Dracula. Let them earn it. Give them $8 million, and then if it's a good movie, then the sequel earns it. But just no, don't give them more
I
money.
could see like a Dracula movie needing a little more of a budget, like not 20, but
They could do it.
They could do it
Any
super
movie
subdued, I
could do
think.
it with.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna keep it to like the true Vlad the Impaler kind of story. So I don't think you need that budget. I just think it's gonna be.
Do you like Coppola's Dracula?
I do actually.
I like it too.
I like quite a bit of that. I think there's some really cool things in there.
are we gonna be like effect heavy dolls? Is he gonna be turning into bats and shit?
I think that Blumhouse is not that weird yet.
Well, that was. I think that. I mean, I haven't seen it, but just like the promotional footage of Dracula Untold, like there are shots of him like literally just turning into bats.
Yeah, but it looks really kitschy and weird and like CGI heavy. Like, I mean, an actual transformation thing, I don't think we're gonna get. Like, I mean, Blumhouse is going for the more grounded aesthetic, I think, especially
Hopefully,
with Invisible Man. As
Where's
well.
my notes for Ratu?
I mean, the Robert Eggers one. He says he's doing that after his next movie.
Oh my gosh, he's making
Wait,
it.
if we're over here, then who's flipping on
Dude,
the
I wish
lights?
Matt was like flipping off the lights right now. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, did you hear about Eggers' new movie?
Not the new one. I thought he was doing Nosferatu next.
No, he's got a movie with Nicole Kidman, Willem Dafoe, both the Skarsgård brothers, and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Damn.
Ooh. You had me at ATJ.
And it's I
The
love
last one.
I love she's so great. It's also like apparently a Nordic like Viking movie, I think. I could be
Alright.
totally wrong.
You got my ticket, even though the Lighthouse was good, but you got my ticket.
Wait, you don't
Um,
like The Lighthouse?
I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but I wish I could have loved it like other people do.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. I feel the same way. I appreciate it on a formally rigorous way. I think that he did not pull off what he wanted to do with the script, but that's beside the point.
Just tell me you liked my lobster.
That's a beautiful scene, though. Yes.
Bouncing
Fucking-
off monster stuff, James Wan talks about the next movie he's directing that's not Aquaman 2.
Akko.
Aquaman.
Akko Taco.
And it's pretty much, he's teaming up with Universal to make a monster film. And he says it's going to have, it's Frankenstein mixed with Disturbia. And I was like, okay. I have not seen Frankenstein.
Okay,
Though I would
James.
like to. But I saw the new Disturbia, like
Wait,
2016.
which Frankenstein is he saying it's a mixture of?
Like the original.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen it.
Wait,
Yeah.
Disturbia,
Like the Boris Karloff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
was that Shia LaBeouf? No, what?
No.
What's the Shia LaBeouf movie where he's on house
Dis-
arrest?
Disturbio, maybe?
I mean, I think both are called Disturbia, but I don't think he's talking about that.
Yeah.
Disturbia.
No, I'm not. No. And I know you're a big fan of Frankenstein, right? Don't you?
Yes. Love the book. Like the original Boris Karloff one.
Yeah, they both have the same name.
Think
Great.
I have my definitive adaptation already done. Like it's in that show Penny Dreadful. They
I want to watch that show
it's so good.
for my babe Eva Green.
Oh, she's mine too. Yeah, no, and she's amazing. That's her best performance. She's amazing in it, and you also get one of the greatest performances of all time with Rory Kinnear doing Frankenstein's monster, doing the creature. He's brilliant. Everyone's brilliant in that show. Timothy Dalton, literally showing why he's never needed to do Bond. Like he's so much better than it.
Damn. What are your
Shots.
thoughts on James Wan?
Oh, on him as a director?
Yeah.
I really like both his Conjuring movies.
I've only seen the first one, but
I like the original Saw. I like it more than I think. Here's my thing. I think that I like Wan as a visual stylist, and I think he's talented more than I like a lot of his other movies. I also think that I do not like Aquaman.
you don't like Aquaman?
I recently saw it, yes, for the first time.
I've only seen it once in theaters, and I enjoyed it. I would like to go back. I'm definitely
fun
gonna
movie.
watch it again
I
when
think-
the second one comes out. I think visually it's a lot of fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I love
And it
Jason.
looks like a comic book movie.
And like
It
with
does,
him
yeah.
behind the camera, like the scenes in Italy are like shot really cool.
Oh, yeah,
like
the
when it
camera
drops
movement,
down
yeah.
from the roof into like he brings like I feel like he made that feel like a James Wan. Like you could tell
Yeah,
that
I
like
mean,
you
it's
could tell
really-
like a director had that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
it totally does feel like a James Wan picture. My biggest thing though is just like its balancing act is not as good as everyone says it is. I mean, like I wish the second half was as like batshit deliriously fun as the first half, and I think the second half aims so much for sentimentality. Also, you could cut 20 fucking minutes out of that movie.
You could all
Yeah.
the desert stuff was really
I actually like the desert stuff.
Really?
I think that I genuinely
Yeah.
hated any. Here's the thing. You can cut the entire prologue of the movie. Every bit of information that's said in the prologue is said in literally the next scene of the movie. Like when he's talking to his dad and everything. You can cut all that voiceover that Jason Momoa did. You can cut all the scenes of him as a teenager training because that kid is horrible at
Oh my gosh, I
yeah.
forgot about him.
You tell me they executed her?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about how bad that kid
You're
was.
telling me they executed her because of me? I'm like,
I want to watch that scene
Seeing
now.
young Willem Dafoe too.
and and it's terrible de-aging thing. I'm like, you spent so much money to de-age him for the most dog shit scenes of this fucking movie.
That just made my night.
Okay, here's the thing. I
Thinking
love
about that
Yahya.
scene.
I love Yahya Abdul-Mateen. He's bad in the movie.
At least like this got his name out there though. Like,
Oh
at
no, that's
least-
what I do love about it. I mean, his name did get out there. He's bad in the movie though, and I think he's a great actor otherwise.
I feel like he just didn't get
He was
much
okay.
to work with. He
I
was
think,
just the subplot villain, you know.
but he was so absurd, man. Like there's like I'm gonna do any Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Oh,
scene
now I
right
remember the opening scene with like his dad.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
kind of stupid.
No, like there's the line where he's got a quip and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you how to captain. You don't tell me how to pirate, or whatever. I won't tell you how to captain. You won't tell me how to pirate. And then it's when everything else is just screaming at the top of his lungs. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move the mic away from me for a second. You can't leave him like this.
Damn, I need to watch this movie again just to try to remember everything because I totally forgot how bad that kid was.
Yeah, oh, he's so bad, man. I hate to rag on him because he's actually an actor in a big budget film.
Yeah,
and
good
I'm
for
not.
him. Yeah, good
But
for
I'm
him.
a critic, so
So
you.
fuck him. No, good for him. Well, James Wan. I'm excited for his new horror movie.
I'm excited. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, once again, another thing, like just like with Frankenstein, it's like there's the whole totality of everything that's been done with the character, and I'm not searching. I wouldn't be searching for the Frankenstein movie I would want from James Wan of all people, and just a lumbering around monster kind of thing. We got a lot of them. I'm interested to see what he does.
I feel like
I'm kind of glad he's out
interested.
of the, yeah.
Because he clearly said he wanted to make a movie before he went back to Aquaman.
Yeah, I'm glad he's
So-
leaving the big I'm glad he's leaving his two franchises because I love his two Conjuring movies. I think every other Conjuring movie is kind of dog shit.
Did he do Insidious?
Oh, he did.
This is the first one, right? Or did he do the second as well?
I think he did both.
Are we not going to talk about his Fast Furious movie?
I've never seen it.
I think it's the best of that late era of Fast and Furious things.
Which one did he
There
do?
you go.
5?
7.
7?
Yeah. I think it's fun. I don't think it's a great film. But it's the same thing. Once again, I like his
Didn't he
style.
do Star Trek?
No, that was Justin Lin.
That was just okay.
I think
literally
Justin
another-
Lin's direction on Star Trek Beyond is awesome. Like I think he's a great director.
But then they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna make another one."
And with Noah Hawley doing it of all people. Love Noah Hawley, but not excited for that project.
3 more pieces of news.
Yay.
One that I'm super excited for. That's why this bad boy is front and center.
Taking up 50% of the space.
I also just wanted to use one of my records. Finally, Peter Jackson's new documentary called "The Beatles Get Back" is premiering September 4th of this year, and I guess Disney picked it up. So I'm kind of scared they're just gonna drop it on Disney Plus, and I hope that's not the case. I hope it gets
Dude, you
into
got
theaters.
me so excited, and then you fucking took it away from me. Why would you?
I'm sorry. I mean, it's what I read, and when I read that, I was like, "Oh, why Disney? Why did Disney pick it up?" But I'm super excited.
Neat.
I kind of hope eventually Jackson's like, I'm gonna make another movie because I love Peter Jackson, and
I do love Peter Jackson.
I want him to make another movie, even though his last documentary was amazing. I assume this one's gonna be entertaining as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's why that's there because I'm just excited for the next Peter Jackson film.
Yes.
Ooh, this is exciting. Mario Day was just a few days ago.
Mhm. March 10th.
And Lego, out of nowhere, announced Lego Mario.
Ooh.
So we're going to be getting Lego Mario sets. I have no idea.
Hopefully.
Um,
The figure that we saw was a little weird.
I think
the
it might
Mario
have just
with
been
the-
it might have just been promotional. I'll show. Have you seen it?
I haven't, no.
I'll show. It's like a little like video, and it's like
I hope he
scrolling
has-
up, and his eyes look like digital.
Mm.
It's really weird. It's
And there's
really
like a
weird.
slot in his stomach.
Why?
It just had to be promotional because
To
it
hide
doesn't. It looks
secrets.
like a Mega Block minifigure.
Yeah, I
not
think
a
it's
Lego
definitely
minifigure.
promotional. There it is.
Also,
Okay.
Levi and Super Mario are collaborating as well.
Oh my God, Connor! Actually, I wasn't lying, dude. This is
Yeah.
fucking Tom Hanks. Oh my God, why did I just open up social media? Anyways,
Yeah, there's an email list that you can subscribe to if you want to hear the latest news of it.
Before this, I was about to make a Phantom Thread reference, but I didn't think you were going to get it.
neither of us have seen Phantom Thread.
What?
No.
If you had Connor here, he would tell you to go for it. But
Yes, please.
I did not get around to see that movie when it came out.
We'll come back to that whenever I'm back, and Connor's also here. Literally start off the show. Do you want to make your Phantom Thread reference now? Yes.
Yes, but it's really exciting that Mario is getting out into different companies for like toys and stuff.
Nintendo is getting out of their isolated ways.
Like almost stubborn. Like they're just like,
Historical.
this is my property.
No,
Like-
it's Japanese culture.
Like they just want to do everything. They don't want to give their stuff.
I mean,
to
they've
other
been an
people.
isolated culture for their whole civilization.
Fair enough, but I'm excited. Caleb and I were talking about it earlier, just like what sets you could have, and obviously like you could have the kingdom, Bowser's Castle. I hope they do some
Rainbow
like
Road?
retro
Mario Kart
Lego sets would be pretty cool.
That would be
almost like it looks like 2D.
That would be really awesome.
So it's just
I would
kind of
love
like
that.
just stacks of Legos, and it's just like a little. And then like, what if you could like buy those for every like one level from every world from the original games, and then you can line them up.
Right, and like put them
So
into
then
like
you can have like
set.
a wall, and it's just like Lego stacks of like every.
That sounds expensive.
That sounds awesome.
But that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I would love that, like little cubbies that you can kind of like put together into like these blocks and everything. That would be really interesting.
Or what would be even cooler is I know there are some Lego sets where it's like, buy this Lego set and you can build it in 3 different ways.
Yes,
Yes,
the Lego
that'd be
creators.
Yeah, so like what if they do that? Like what if you can buy Mario World 1 and then you can build World 1, Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, like
There really
with
are
those.
infinite possibilities. You can
It'd
even
be a
do
little
Super
iffy with that
Smash.
because like the color template is a lot different for like different worlds. So you
No,
wanna
I'm
stick
saying
with,
there would be different worlds, but like you have like your World 1.
Well, that's what I mean. World 1 and 2.
Ah, fuck, you're
Yeah,
right.
underground, and then you got underwater.
Never mind.
3 different palettes.
Never mind.
And then Bowser's Castle in World 1 is black and red.
Regardless, it would be a good idea. Lego, listen to us.
Bro, can we get the full map of Super Mario World as a Lego set? Can that be like the Death Star?
Yeah.
Of that set?
Ooh,
That would be amazing.
That would be a lot of
I
fun.
love
And
that
I mean,
map.
you can also do like Super Smash Bros. Like sets. You can actually have like some. I mean, then again, that'd be weird though. Like actually trying to get all those characters together for that.
Well,
Right? Well, that's what you were talking about.
I was talking
earlier.
about like why, like, is this going to open up the table to have like
every franchise.
Zelda Lego sets?
Solid
like-
Snake.
Yeah, or like Donkey Kong, like
Technically not Nintendo, but I like the way you think.
I mean, I'm thinking more in the terms of
Just
Super
video
Smash
games
Bros.
in general.
Yeah.
Because of Super Smash Bros. Snake is my go-to, by the way.
well,
Dude,
we got to play Smash.
Moses Island,
Akshay.
or just Metal Gears as
Yeah, no,
Lego sets.
Metal Gear would be an amazing. I mean, like 7-8-year-old me would like cry with happiness because I loved Metal Gear growing up.
I would cry of happiness.
Strange.
Right now.
You don't think 7-8-year-old demographic for Metal Gear?
I mean, you don't, but I'm a weird kid.
But it's
You're
really
a cool
cool.
kid, man.
I'm really excited to. Hopefully, that promotional thing is just nightmare fuel, and it's not what it actually looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be a cameo or a little Easter egg for Super Mario Land 2. You enter a giant toy Mario that kind of looks like that, and that's like one of the worlds.
I want to make that reference so bad.
The Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
Go for
Just
it.
say it.
I used to hide things in the Mario chest. Secrets.
Does he actually say Mario chest?
No,
No, because he hides stuff in, like the clothes he makes, right?
clothings,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
used to
get
hide-
that. I get that.
Oh,
hide-
I think that was like in the trailer.
Yes, it is. I used to
Okay.
hide things in the Mario chest.
No, that's
that
Daniel
on the
Day-Lewis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The new
See,
enough.
we got it.
Amazing.
It was in the trailer.
It was in the trailer. You know what? I'm very happy. I feel content now.
Connor's gonna be dying in the distance.
He's like, I hate everybody.
They don't appreciate the reference enough.
It's in cinema.
But yeah, dude. If I can get Samson's gunship as a Lego set,
Ooh, dude, we didn't like Fox.
Fox, the
Dude.
Great Fox ship,
Ooh, that'd be
or the
fun.
Starships.
You could
as
do so
well.
much. And then what if they did like a basic Smash World from like Melee or something,
Just
and then,
Battlefield.
and then you have like the iconic like 6 characters. That'd be so
Yeah.
much fun.
I'd love to see the minifigs of the baddies.
Yeah, do you think like
Koopas, Koopas.
Bowser would be like, the Hulk? Like the Hulk is kind of like
Yeah,
a bigger
yeah, like
one.
a
Like
bigger,
Bowser would
bulkier
probably be
one,
like
yeah.
that.
I'd be interested in seeing that. That'd be really cool.
Right?
Yoshi would be fun.
So
and
many
then,
possibilities.
then you could have like little eggs too. If you, I'm fucking excited. I
Yoshi
wanna
would be a
see
little
these
weird because
little
he'd be like the
Koopas.
horses where like you can take the piece out and put Mario on it.
Oh,
and take it back out, put the
yeah.
piece
Toad
back in.
would be an interesting one also because I think it'd be
Oh,
like
Toad would have like the small legs. You know how
He'd have
like
the small
kids.
legs?
Yeah.
he'd have the small legs of the body and then he'd have like they'd make the big head.
The hair would be the mushroom, so you could actually
Mhm.
take it off. Like that's what you look like.
And then you
That's
could put
what
it
you
on
look like.
Mario and on Peach.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Put Peach's hair on Toad, but it's longer than his body.
When I was a kid, I had a Lego city that I'd built in my room.
Uh-huh.
So I was just all about like Batman, You're wearing shorts now.
Batman, that's silly.
That's so silly.
You can't fight
That
crime in
reminds me
shorts.
of Lego Star Wars when you walk into like a hidden room and it's like the stormtroopers with their helmets on, but they're like in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Like, they all jump out and they're just in like their little
The beach
Speedo.
trooper.
Yeah. So that's super exciting. And since it's such a big topic that I actually wanted to talk about, I decided we should end the news.
Segueing into other video game stuff.
The Last of Us.
Yes.
Was announced like pretty much a week ago. The creators behind Chernobyl are...
the creator.
Oh, I thought it was two people.
No, it's just Craig Mazin.
Okay, sorry. He is...
There's another name attached to it.
Yeah,
Johan-
there is two
Johan
names
Renck
attached.
directed all of Chernobyl, but Johan Renck isn't. They haven't confirmed if he's like working on this or anything.
Okay.
But
anyway, so...
there are two names
Have you
attached.
seen Chernobyl?
I have indeed.
Okay, we have not yet.
You haven't? Okay.
Is it really good?
I think it's okay. Here's the thing. I think it's good. I think that it's quite good, in fact. I think that it is a bit like it doesn't quite live up to all the hype. I think the first 2 episodes really do, because they are some of the most oddball, intriguingly structureless and brilliantly written.
See, but you saying that, I think we're going to enjoy it as much. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to say it's hyped enough.
I think that like the middle 2 episodes are a little bit more heavy-handed with their writing than I think that like the brilliance of the first 2 was so subtle, and then these ones kind of like get in your face, like we're kind of speechifying doing this thing. I think the finale though is quite good. But I think on the whole it's a really good thing. I think like his writing varies to some degree, Craig Mazin's. I think the show is as exquisitely made as a miniseries can ever be made. I think it's brilliantly directed. I think the score is terrific.
God, we need to watch it already.
Yeah.
So do you think that this was a good move then by HBO?
Yes. Actually, I think that I think Craig Mazin's still a solid writer, and I think it's just like he wrote 2 terrific installments to kick off his thing that the next 2 just don't live up to. That's the flaw. But I mean, I think he's a talented writer.
Has
think
he adapted screenplays before?
No, I mean, I think other than this, here's the thing. I will say that his work outside of Chernobyl is total ass. I mean,
Damn.
like Chernobyl was the
You
first.
heard it here, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it. I like him as I listen to his podcast. I listen to Script Notes also. I think Script Notes is a really informative, brilliant thing. I think his work is total ass outside of it, and I'll say that like outright. Sorry, Craig, if you're out there listening to this podcast specifically. But I mean, the thing is, Chernobyl was the piece of work that really proved him to a lot of people. Like, because otherwise, he wrote comedy movies that ranged from either good enough, like the first Hangover, which he co-wrote, or he might have co-wrote only the second and third, but I have no idea. I don't remember. But they range from good to absolutely terrible, like his directorial debut superhero movie with Drake Bell. He wrote and directed that.
God, that movie. Yeah. I forgot about that movie.
He wrote and directed that, and he also wrote Scary Movie 4. He's a very hit or miss writer. I mean, not even really hit or miss. He's mostly misses.
Were those scripts more just like subject of him just like trying to get a paycheck and not putting his full heart into it?
I mean,
Whereas Chernobyl was like...
he definitely put his heart into Chernobyl, but the thing is, when you spend your entire career on that alone, it becomes a little bit more dubious if you're going to start saying that I did.
It's almost like True Detective. Didn't the guy who created the first season of True Detective took him like 12 years or something?
Yeah, but he was also like, he wasn't in the writing business though.
Oh, okay.
He was an English teacher for a long time. Nick Pizzolatto was an English teacher and wrote novels, and then one of his novels, Galveston, got really big. Well, not got really big. It was relatively big enough that a publisher picked it up, and he got the movie rights sold, and that's how he got into writing for television. He wrote on The Shield. not The Shield. The Killing. He wrote on The Killing for a little bit, and then he did True Detective. So that's one where you can totally be like, looking for the right project. And obviously, and I, having heard Craig Mazin talk about Chernobyl, he spent a long time doing the research for this, which obviously it's a meticulously, brilliantly researched piece of work.
So I guess the point I was trying to say is just like he was just following the formula with past works.
You could argue it though, like he's
just getting into the business, being a career screenwriter, and then he's trying
like,
to actually make a name for himself now.
I think maybe. I mean, obviously, the thing is, once again, he did direct superhero movie, which he directed and wrote that. And I mean,
but when you're making a movie like that, are you trying to make a great movie, or are you just trying to be funny and
you can argue
being
one
parody?
way. You can argue one way or another, but the thing is, even when you're making comedies, you can bring quality to even the weakest material. And
but that was also like the genre of just bad parody movies.
Once again, though, there is so much bullshit in all of the movies that he wrote before. It's really crass, gross, bad humor that, I mean, you can very much chalk up to like a career of trying to make it somewhere, but at the same time, I've heard him speak about it, and he's proud of his comedy work. He says he's like, I liked writing comedy and all these things. And I mean, proud of him that he's finally put out a work that truly lives up to like a potential with Chernobyl. I'm still dubious on him as an entire career artist because I mean, I like him as a person. I like his podcast, and I've heard a lot of what he speaks about with his writing, and I am in admiration of that. I think I would not be nearly as excited though if HBO hadn't also announced that Neil Druckmann is co-writing it with him, who created the original game.
Yeah,
I mean, you need somebody like that. You need to make sure that. Now let's reel it back to Last of Us.
Yes. If it was just Craig Mason though doing Last of Us, I would not be as excited.
Because you need that person who like this is his baby, and he's gonna be like, hey. This is what we're going to expand on. This is what
I also think Neil Druckmann's a better writer than Craig Mason.
So, like, do you think that he's taking the front run, or do you think he's kind of more the observer? Like, he's the one that would be like co-writing, pretty much.
I mean, they are co-writers, so I think that they are both co-show running. Okay. Like to the level that Craig Mason even said in an interview that they can't start actual work as a duo on the show until they finish Last of Us 2.
Fair enough. I mean, that comes out end of May. So.
Yeah, and so like. I feel that he would kind of just soldier on ahead without Neil if Neil wasn't also being an active showrunner as well. But
I guess are we like? I'm really excited. The moment I played Last of Us, I was like, "Holy fuck! I want to see a movie."
Yeah.
Like,
and there was that movie that they were working on.
I mean, it basically is just a prolonged movie.
Yeah, I mean, like my mom who doesn't play video games because they give her headaches.
Such a parent thing to say.
I mean, she genuinely gets like motion sickness
and that
from it.
Sucks.
It does, but I actually
she should play VR.
I sat her down and she with me watched the whole like compiled cutscenes thing of Last of Us. And here's the thing, it's a little bit jarring to watch it in that form, but it's still consistently like a narrative.
You can still get a story,
and it's even assembled well enough that you can. It feels like it flows. It has flow as well.
Have you watched the story?
I don't think all the way through, but I get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you not played it?
No.
Oh wow.
Nah, he's Nintendo pretty much.
Oh wow. So yeah, you were asking how we feel about it. You're feeling good about it?
I'm feeling great.
I'm surprised it kind of took this long.
I'm glad it took this long. I'm glad, but now I'm like really glad because like I mean, we were kind of talking earlier. Like this was one of the games that I would dream about. Like if it was a movie, what would I want the main focus to be? Like obviously the actors, how I want the story to play out.
Yes.
But now that it's a TV show, I'm like, holy fuck, just make the game. Like every ounce of the game, put it into the TV show.
That's
even the freaking DLC. Let that be like a backstory episode.
Great that HBO's doing it as well. HBO's on fire.
Yes, I do want to see Left Behind, the DLC, show up in this.
That'd be not even. It doesn't have to be like the whole focus of the episode, but if it's like half an episode or just like flashbacks throughout the like series, because dude, like this game, Naughty Dog, just out of the water.
Oh, I love this game. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm more cautiously optimistic than full on excited. Part of it is obviously
what you've already we brought up before.
Mason doesn't actually like. I'm not really worried about him as writer, especially when he's working as Neil Druckmann. Working with Neil Druckmann, not as. I put on my Neil Druckmann hat.
Just his face.
It's the thing is, part of that is comes back to what Neil Druckmann said a while ago, because he was going to be writing the movie adaptation, and it was going to be produced by Sam Raimi. And back then, he said that the reason he dropped out of the movie was because he said that he's like, I couldn't find a way to change the narrative enough to justify its existence as living outside of the video game. And for a while, when Andrew, you guys obviously understand this, when you've got those dream projects that you always imagine. I, for a long time, wanted to do a Last of Us movie. Like, that was a dream project of mine, to the point that I'd even gone so far as to like structure the game how I would do it screen-wise. Like,
I thought that too, but I guess what Neil said is like, you look at when you look at a game in general, and the game is like, the story itself is like 30 hours or something.
Right.
How do you confine that to like a 2-hour movie?
And I think I had found at least a solid enough way to keep those preserved. But the biggest thing that I kept coming back to is the fact that the narrative is too perfect. Like, it's such a perfect.
You don't want to cut anything.
How it weaves in and like all the characters that they interact.
Exactly.
And how Joel and Ellie build off of those people that they meet.
You don't
want
want to trim anything.
Like,
Right.
I mean, I remember I always thought you could cut the high school.
Yeah, I mean, I was always under the impression you could trim that down.
Yeah, I thought you didn't like that. Didn't really go anywhere crazy.
I wouldn't have cut what happens after the high school when they find Bill's partner. That was something I was like, adamant I wasn't gonna cut.
But you just kind of need everything after that, like going to like the college. And
the thing is, there's pacing that you can trim down, because there is 30 hours of content, but like a lot of that is playability that you don't need in a film. But my biggest thing that I also came down to was that even leaving everything from the game in, why wouldn't I just play the game? That's because the game is so perfect. The game is so tremendous.
Like, do you think the acting is going to be better than the acting in the game?
I don't. I mean, here's the thing. I think you can obviously get a performance that equals it or is even better objectively. But my biggest thing is, Neil Druckmann even said that in an interview. He says, he's like, back when they dropped the film project, for the players who love the game, those are the only Joel and Ellie that they know and will accept.
But also, you get to be them. You are literally Joel. Like, you are making his movements. You are the one that...
And you connect with them.
Yeah, you're connected. And so, like, I mean, like, when this was announced, like, people obviously were... When Logan came out, everybody was like, Logan is pretty much The Last of Us.
Yeah.
But one that I saw was interesting. Somebody, I don't know how to say his name, but Jamie Lannister.
Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn, that was sexy.
Nikolai.
He was like, he was in some like concept art as Joel.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I could see that. Like, that's not a bad choice. But like, I'm just kind of like, I look at Joel and I'm like, I just see Joel.
I see Joel and I hear Troy Baker's voice.
Yeah, Troy Baker's so fucking good.
He's so tremendous. Same thing with Ashley Johnson, who's so perfect, like brilliance. And I try to imagine someone else slipping into the role, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be doing a good enough impression or a good enough take, but you're not gonna be Joel or Ellie for me. And that's the challenge with adapting something from a visual medium into.
I was gonna say it's hard when it's motion capture, because it literally is a movie at that point.
It's so expressive to the point that, like, there's literal scenes where you can see every nuance of their acting.
Right. Dude, like when they're upstairs in the house and she's like, dude, like, fucking chills. Like, Ellie, I just thought of.
I heard Ariel.
Yeah,
right there.
Our friend has a dog named Ellie, which he named after The Last of Us.
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
Dude, fucking
that line.
Or the beginning, when like his daughter is just,
baby, stay with me, baby.
Dude, fucking tears within the first 15 minutes, and I'm like, what kind of fucking game is this?
That's the thing. Like, so my biggest things are, yeah, you can keep everything from the games, but how will it compare? I mean, I know what My Last of Us is. Will it be an improvement?
Do you want it to be structured like it? Because I could see them.
I would like to see changes made.
Because like I could see them opening up, like, already in the world, and then we get flashbacks later on.
I'm gonna be honest though, I would still want that opening.
I would too, because you want that. That's how like
That's
Apocalypse.
a perfect first episode.
That would be the entire first
like
episode.
Apocalypse movies are, like. The first act is, it happening, and then it says like 10 years later or whatever.
And I think there's obviously avenues where I'd be interested in them exploring maybe some of like there's always the thing of the implied years between Joel and Tommy, which I don't even mind. I wouldn't mind them going more explicit and showing some of those years. I mean, I would love to see the tragedy that on Tommy's face, like the horror on his face as he watches the man who he knows as his brother just kind of disappear into grief.
Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot that like they had a huge falling out, and we really haven't dealt. Maybe in the second game we get a little bit more of that.
Yeah, and they say that they've left it open that this miniseries can take elements from the second game. That's what
So like,
HBO said.
this isn't going to? Is it going to be like Watchmen, where it's just like a series and it's done? Like,
Right.
they-
Is it confirmed to be a miniseries?
They've like currently labeled it as a limited series. Yes.
Okay.
With I think there's possibility that they're going to expand on it, but they
I
also
mean-
say that like elements of the second game are going to appear in this.
Because to justify your point of like this being like its own separate experience, do you think this could be a way of expanding the story and say like the first season is the first game and then like the second season is the time gap between the first and second game?
I could be interested in that. I mean,
And
I
then
could totally
season
be
3
interested.
could be the second game, or
Yeah, I totally
4.
wouldn't mind that. I mean, my biggest thing is that like I've heard a lot of other people say they're like, oh, don't even do Joel and Ellie. But I'm like, here's the thing. I feel like if you were to try to make a story in the world, like a lot of people are
It
saying,
wouldn't be as interesting.
it wouldn't be as it would just be a better version of The Walking Dead. Because
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the core of the story is not the zombie. It's the love between Joel and Ellie, the father-daughter relationship. They are The Last of Us. Without them, it's not The Last of Us.
And it's like the prodigy, you know, like she is the one. She's the person that possibly could have this cure.
Exactly.
So like, what others are you just gonna have people surviving? Like, yeah, it's just
Yeah, like
a bigger budgeted Walking Dead.
exactly. And you've got stories on the periphery that exist in The Last of Us that are so resonant and beautiful. Like you've got Sam and his brother, Henry, which is amazing. But the thing is, I don't know if that would be as like those people live to further strengthen and bring nuance to Joel and Ellie's story. So yeah, no, I need Joel and Ellie. If you're gonna make Last of Us, you can't go beyond them. I would like to see changes made because the thing is, at its core, if you're just gonna remake every single scene from the original game, I'll just play the game. Like, you're not gonna like my memories are already solidified. My love is already created, and there's nothing really to fill it. That being said, fan casts. What do you guys think? Like,
well, I think before that, when you have a core member of the game in the creative process, I think they're going to do a good enough job of trying to make it its own.
And it's
thing.
HBO. I really trust HBO. Say what you want about Game of Thrones, you know, the last few seasons, but like HBO has some of the greatest shows that TV's
yeah,
ever
I mean,
had. So
just
I have
recently-
faith that The Last of Us is going to be good.
yeah, and I do have faith that it's going to be good. It's one of those things that I have to reckon with every single time something is taking on something I'm immensely in love with. Like I have confidence in one of these things. Like, for example, I went through the exact same process with both Blade Runner 2049 and Watchmen, where Blade Runner was respectively a sequel to literally one of my favorite movies of all time. Watchmen took on, as we have already discussed in the Watchmen episode, my immense, like one of the tomes of my life.
Right.
Same thing.
That
with,
was a fun discussion.
Yeah,
Yes.
go watch that or
Yeah.
listen to it after this.
and it's the same thing with The Last of Us, where I'm like, it can't really coast by for me on just being good.
Right.
It then needs to live up to being great and being necessary. Because
Right.
I think Watchmen was necessary. I don't think Blade Runner 2049 was necessary. I think 2049 is a good film that I could have totally done without because it's.
I mean, you
having to
never
live-
thought there would be a sequel, you know?
I never thought there'd be a sequel, and I think that even after watching the sequel, I'm like, there didn't need to be a sequel, you know? And so like, it's the thing that watching Last of Us, I'm like, even if it's going to be good, it has to live up to its necessity for me.
Right.
Like, it has to justify its existence. That's the one thing I'm worried about. And I do have confidence in, especially with Neil Druckmann and his statement saying that, you know, the story needs to be changed. It can't be the same thing that we did before. And with him being there, there's also like, if someone was taking on material from another creative's like brilliant masterwork, they have to contend with like, okay, how do I make it feel like the original and is true to that while also making my changes? With Druckmann there, he already is the tone and the
Right.
existence of the original. So changes will come more naturally and more fluidly, and I think
Exactly.
they'd be more open to experimentation.
I hope this is kind of like, I don't think any of us had the connection to The Witcher show when it came out.
No.
But like the people that love the books and the games, I wonder how they felt like, oh man, like they're gonna take like one of the greatest video games of all time and turn it into a show.
Yeah.
This is now how I feel.
Yeah.
Because when I heard the show was coming out, I was like, cool, like that's fun.
Yeah, I was just
and now
kinda
I'm
I
just like,
shrugged at it.
like, oh shit, like I'm trying to envision this game as live action, and I'm just like,
And the fact that,
I just see Joel's face, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just want Joel.
Yeah,
Like,
there's one Joel. Which, speaking of, do you have like ideas in mind for your fan cast of how you do it?
It's really hard. I mean, like, I don't think I would want Hugh Jackman.
I don't at all. I think like Hugh Jackman's great, but I don't want him for that role.
No.
I think Nikolai, however the hell you say his last name.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Costa Wildau.
Yes.
I think he could do good. It'd be cool to see him in something else than Game of Thrones.
I do have
Yeah.
I have my fan like. 'Cause
Go for it.
once
What
again,
is it?
When I wanted to do the movie, I had the entire cast laid out except for Ellie, because I was like, the moment you mentally cast someone as Ellie, you're not gonna make the movie for fucking 20 years, and then she's literally 35.
Right.
But
Who's Joel?
this is gonna be a bit of a shocker. Bradley Cooper. Think of him in A Star Is Born, and
Okay.
Yeah, I could see it.
right.
Yeah.
That's my like.
And would you still, like, that was you a few years ago. Would you still be okay with him
Oh,
today?
100%.
Yeah.
He's still my choice. Like I had chosen him before A Star Is Born.
Okay.
And then A Star Is Born literally solidified it. Like I had chosen him back because like I love him in American Hustle.
Yeah,
I think
I
he's
like
really great in that film.
I like American Hustle.
And I've always been like a big fan of him as an actor. I've always thought like he wasn't given the work that represented him until A Star Is Born came out. And I remember
Hey, man. Limitless. I like
yes,
it.
he's
yeah.
great in Limitless. And I mean, I remember one of the things that informed my decision of him as Joel was seeing like a set photo from A Star Is Born where I didn't even know which movie it was, and he had that graying beard, and I'm like,
Right.
there we go, Joel. Didn't even know he was gonna have a southern accent in it. Also,
I just thought of the best like parody cast:
yes,
Dwayne Johnson, and Kevin Hart.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
I've
let's make
even
it
casted
happen.
all the ancillary like side characters as well.
Who is the one you're most proud of?
The one I'm most proud of, John Hawkes as David.
Ooh.
Right?
Dude, fuck David.
Yes.
Dude, that scene when she's fucking hacking him, fucking I'm getting chills right now thinking about that. Like,
My fan cast does have a Deadwood reunion.
oh, shut the fuck up.
And you
does.
said you didn't have an Ellie.
I didn't have an Ellie.
Yes.
I mean, I could think.
Would you be okay with, like, an unknown?
Oh, 100%. If anything, I would prefer an unknown. But there's definitely some actresses I could think of now who I think could fit
If
it.
they could, if the girl from Juno, if you could just like shrink her down.
You mean Ellen Page, who is like 36 now?
Yeah. Because it looks like Ellen Page, like
Yeah,
the hair and everything. 'cause
she
Ellen
actually,
Page
like-
looks super young.
Wasn't she modeled after it?
No. They did another game around the same time, which was like Two Souls Left Behind or something like.
And that was her.
That was modeled after her, and actually Ellen Page like came out and was like, I don't really appreciate the fact that they modeled a character after me.
My
in Last of
likeness.
Us. They stole my likeness without my consult or whatever.
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 It's like if you could
I'd
just
be
put
like,
her in a
that's
time
fucking
machine.
cool. A beloved
shrink her
game.
down.
I mean, Ellen Page is still cool, but like that
Oh,
was
yeah.
also like whatever. But I also have like a fan cast for every character. The guy who plays Bill,
Yeah.
just bring him back because he looks like Bill in real life.
Okay, yeah. I haven't seen
He's
the
from
actor.
Deadwood,
Okay.
and I'll literally show you a picture. His name is W. Earl Brown. I want to
In my fan casting,
If it's Millie Bobby Brown, not yours, but if they
no,
do that,
I was just
then
saying
I
John
think
Berthel will be a character. I just don't know who.
a
He
character.
could be David.
Yeah, he's pretty evil. But David's like,
You don't want to see John Berthel be that kind of.
yeah, I don't want. He's cool killing people in Punisher, but like,
But yeah, the guy who voices.
oh my god, that's Bill. Yeah.
He just looks like Bill, and he sounds like Bill. So just get W. Earl Brown back. He's a terrific actor. I would want Kerry Russell as Tess.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah.
Sam and his brother.
I actually haven't casted them. I
I feel like it could be anybody. You don't need to have a name for everybody.
mean, you could get Lakeith Stanfield for Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could
Yeah.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Homeboy's been busy.
Shit, get Troy Baker to play Tommy and like a weird kind of
I
symmetry
was
thing.
well, like, yeah, like, because Tommy's just kind of like your generic white dude, like he
blonde, just
yeah.
like Troy Baker.
and that'd be a fun cameo. You know?
I wish people try to like make voice actors just like do an acting role.
Yeah, and it's interesting how The Last of Us brought in like every once in a while they brought in a person who was mainly a live action actor to do voice acting, like because Ashley Johnson was a live action actor
Right, yeah.
before she did Last of Us. Same thing with W. Earl Brown, who is mostly like he's in Justified, he's in Deadwood, he's in all these things. He's in a lot of movies where you don't even remember him in there because he's just a character actor, but he that was his first, like, I think one of his main first voice acting roles was Bill.
I kind of would want this just to cover the first game.
Yeah.
Because I would want it to end exactly how the game ends.
I don't think you should go past the ending, no. I think that ending is
Like,
too perfect.
It's just you hold the frame on
Yes.
Joel and you know he wants to say it, but he doesn't, and then it just cuts, and you're like, that's like the best. Yeah,
Yes.
it's great. So
I actually have one question. Since we're on the topic of video game adaptations, are there any video game adaptations that you guys would want to do? Like, do you have a dream video game adaptation that you know you could do perfectly,
Yes.
that you could knock out of the park, and
Yes.
you're gonna do it at some point if you can?
Yeah.
yes,
I want to hear them.
I'm scared about yours because I could see them doing that
I know.
in the near future.
That's
no.
why I need to make it.
Same thing with mine.
But I guess since you asked it, you go first.
My ultimate dream, like, literally.
Oh my god,
think-
what if he says mine? No, he's
oh
fine.
no,
Not.
what if I do say yours?
Go for it.
Okay, my ultimate dream, the one that I'm like have literally even done, like,
I hope it
here's
is.
the thing, I'm literally building the suspense with this one. I'm literally trying to get this shit off the ground.
Is it PlayStation?
Is it,
It is place-
Qbert?
This no, it's PlayStation and Xbox.
Okay, thank God.
Oh,
Mine's PlayStation exclusive. So.
oh, damn it, man! I wanted to build that suspense.
I'm sorry, what
I
is
wanted
it?
like the competitiveness. Like, I'm gonna make it first. No, I'm gonna make it first.
But one of my dreams is like this is one that I've even like done like literal like tiny writes just for fun of like how I would do a script of it. It's BioShock.
Ooh,
Literally my favorite game of
Solid.
all time. I want to do a BioShock movie,
Dude, Big Daddy would look so cool.
right? And
terrifying.
I've done like a write of the first like 20 pages of BioShock script. I'm very proud of them. Once again, this is like I'm very like afraid that someone will just get to it before me. But I mean,
Right.
if they do, we almost got a BioShock movie that could have
Yeah.
been really great. Gore Verbinski directing, John Logan writing, and John Logan wrote Penny Dreadful, Gladiator, Aviator, Hugo, all those movies. And Gore Verbinski was gonna, Gore Verbinski, he was gonna direct it, and then like budget dispute. But because of their budget dispute, leaves it open for me.
You'll get it.
I hope so.
Caleb?
Would you try to build like the whole like? Would you try to do like first game, one movie, or would you try to do like?
Yes. I actually have.
Because it's a
I said
trilogy.
actually twice.
This is a trilogy.
Actually.
Well, it's a trilogy of games, but
But
they're,
yeah, the
they're
most
also-
recent one's like a prequel, right?
no, they actually have 3 games, and
Thought I
they've
was
got
right.
they had a DLC, a 2-part story-based DLC to BioShock Infinite.
Okay.
That is essentially a conclusion to all 3 of those original games, because Ken Levine, the original creative who did BioShock, who wrote and creative directed both the first BioShock and Infinite, but not 2. He has left the project, like left BioShock altogether. He says that he's like, both Infinite and that DLC, which was called Burial at Sea. He's like, it put a strain on my mental health, my family health, my social life. He's like, when you work on AAA games like this with this big of a scope, he's like, it takes your life. And he's like, I genuinely want to scale back to like smaller independent games. So he started a new studio, and he said to 2K Games, he's like, you guys have full reign to do more BioShock if you want. He's like, and I won't impose, but I won't do any more. And the thing is, because there was and with that decision in mind, he already had that decision. That's why he did Burial at Sea, which concludes those 3 games. But the thing is, I don't know if I'd want to see BioShock without Ken Levine.
Right.
And they've announced that they're doing a new one that's in development right now. But yeah, I actually have plans for how I would do all 3. Like, I have a 4-movie like series in mind. My first BioShock movie would actually stay pretty similar to the original plot of the first game. My BioShock 2 would be super different. Like, I actually I like BioShock 2, but I feel like a lot of the sort of ancillary additional
Are the first
content-
2 in like the same setting?
they're both in Rapture, yeah.
Okay.
And 2 I feel like is a bit anemic as a story, but
I'm
I
getting
think
so paranoid.
Right.
Sorry.
It's been a very hot day.
Yeah.
yes. I think that the second game is a little bit weak in its story on its own, but I think what makes it great is if you play the DLC Minerva's Den that came out from it, and you follow the big sort of augmented reality game that they had, which was called There's Something in the Sea. And I think the narratives of those 2 so thoroughly strengthen the original BioShock 2 that I had figured out like a crazy almost that would probably be controversial to BioShock fans thing that would incorporate all 3 elements of all 3 into one big narrative.
Okay. Seeing the third one, on the big screen would be just so beautiful.
Yeah, Infinite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Infinite would be.
It's like one of Matt's favorite games is Infinite.
That's
he
one of
loves
my favorite
he loves
games.
Bioshock in general, but
Mm-hmm.
he definitely
Yeah.
wish he was here for this conversation.
Yes.
Is he still up?
But, probably
I mean,
not.
I'll probably just tell him that like my plans later because I love telling people who have played all the Bioshock games my plans for 2, how I would do it, because I see either disgust and horror or like genuine like, okay, that's cool.
Killing everybody.
Caleb?
I would do Metroid.
Woo!
Yeah.
You know, we almost got a Metroid movie directed by John Woo.
Of course.
Yeah. We
That'd
almost
be
did,
so weird.
right?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of weird because like Samus is like modeled after Sigourney Weaver,
Yeah.
and like Ridley, or yeah,
Ripley.
no, the Ridley in Metroid is named after Ripley.
Okay.
So like it's the connection's right there, but it's just such a in a time of badass female leads, we need this.
Be very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a fan cast for that?
No, I don't want to get into that just yet because it's just like just like Joel and Ellie. It's like Samus has like a distinct look,
Yes.
and no one portrays as much. But I mean,
That's why I'm
get
lucky.
the team behind Bombshell and just like get the makeup perfect and like, okay, guys, you got
That's why
it.
I'm lucky with Bioshock. You'd never see the main character.
Yeah.
So I could cast literally anybody.
Mhm.
But I have like casting for all that whole movie.
Of course you do.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. I'm proud of it.
Yes, I do. I'm very proud of it.
Like
Very, very-
I have this whole like reveal experience in my head of just like, you know, when we're already big and like we're at like an E3 conference and like we'd like to introduce Caleb Buetke on the stage. We're like, why is a director walking on stage for
A
like
game.
this game, and then like we're
Drops
on
the
this
movie.
project, and you hear those first notes of Metroid, and everyone's going crazy. It's like
That's what you want.
the fandom reaction.
I'm so excited for
Love it.
Andrews now. Because we built it up.
There's a lot. Like I always dreamt of.
But what's that one that you were talking
I know. Like I'm building it up.
Oh, damn it. Now I have
Um,
to squirm.
Well, like I always loved Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
and I always imagined it though as kind of like an anime show
Oh,
that
totally.
I would love to produce. Like if that ever was a possibility,
God, the rights for that would be
insane.
Oh, yeah. And I've got like a couple of other games where it's like I want to do it and I'd love to just be like a writer or producer on it.
I would
could
love
perfectly
to.
be Disney Plus.
I would love to make Red Dead Redemption into a series like on HBO or something.
Mhm.
Mafia 2, I think is an amazing story, and I would love to tell that. But
All right, speaking of series, I think Star Fox could make a beautiful animated
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
but
One-
the one that I love that I just see as an amazing trilogy blockbuster would be God of War.
Ooh. yeah.
And
All right.
I
Right on.
love like mythology, and I love Kratos, and I love fucking blood. I love
That one might happen. I'm gonna.
That
be real.
yeah,
That's
what's
why I
scary.
say like,
Yeah.
especially if like the popularity of the revamped God of War. Obviously, like the first 2 games are kind of slim picking when it comes to stories.
Yes.
So like I would add elements of the spin-off games and put them in there. So like have his half brother show up in the second, because the second game is pretty boring for story wise, not gameplay obviously. But like
I mean, look at what Castlevania did.
yeah,
They
like
scraped the bottom of the barrel for a story, but you just build it yourself.
but like it's just like the perfect 3 arc structure
Yeah.
in these 3 movies, and Kratos is just I'm a sucker for revenge tales. Like that's my favorite kind of story. So literally a man just so pissed off he's going to kill all the gods, it just turns me on. Like I would love to do it. And like the dream even never happened, but Jason Momoa, I could see him.
I could totally see.
I
him as
mean,
Kratos.
but the
he's
hairdo
not
would
getting rid of
fucking
that.
the hair. We would have to do something with that, but it'd be hard. But he
Bald
could play
cap.
great.
Dude, The Rock.
No. I don't want
I've heard a lot
want The Rock playing Kratos playing The Rock.
What would you think about like Dave Bautista doing it? I think he's got a little bit more range than people give him credit for. I mean, like
I want to see something like he's really good in Blade Runner.
in Blade Runner. That's
Yeah.
the
He's
thing.
really good.
His scene in Blade Runner is like the one scene when I saw like it kicked off with that scene. I'm like, you know what? I think they've pulled it off, and then I was just like, nah.
Jared Leto shows up. Nah.
No, literally when Jared Leto showed up, I was like, nah, this ain't it. But
But I did forget about that. Yeah, he's really good.
So great in that scene.
Is that like really the only movie where he's kind of like done a serious role?
Yeah, it really is. He's about to do Dune.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting to see.
So I'm excited to see that.
That's not a bad possibility. But like Jason, like I mean, literally, like he is pretty much playing Kratos in Game of Thrones.
He is.
So that would just be a dream, and like I can picture it in my head.
John
Like
Bernthal?
my boy.
Just Frank Castle, but Greek mythology.
Greek mythology. But yeah, God of War. I've been dreaming about that since I've played the first game. So
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that's a great choice. There's another game I'd love to do just as like a writer or producer. Like, do you guys know Grim Fandango?
Oh my God! Yes,
Yes.
the skeleton game.
Yeah.
Yes, I fucking love that game.
I would love to write an adaptation of that
Yes.
and get like Leica Studios to make it.
It's like an old click game.
Yeah, 'cause,
in like the 90s.
It's made by Tim Schafer, and I'm like a huge Tim Schafer fan, and
I love that game, dude.
his writing is like a big influence on how I ended up as a writer. Like after I played Psychonauts for the first time, which was his game, that's when I started wanting to write stuff of my own.
Don't recognize it.
No, I recognize
But-
it.
I would love to get Leica Studios to do it. You know, the guys who did Coraline and Kubo and the Two Strings and
So
Paranorman.
you want some
Ooh, yeah.
claymation.
I want stop motion. Yeah,
That makes sense.
And they did
yeah.
Missing Link recently, and they what was the other one? Box Trolls. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to get them to.
That would be so fucking cool, dude.
They would direct the script that I write.
I mean, you have to with that art style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it just fits so well, and I would love to write that adaptation. But BioShock is the one.
BioShock's the one.
That one.
Maybe, you know what? Like, video games are getting popular. Maybe by the time, 10, 15 years down the road when we've fucking made it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
like you said, after the superhero era, is video game going to be the next like movie genre that hits it off? Like once someone finally finds the formula on how to make a great video game movie.
What's a video game movie that you want to see that you wouldn't want to make though?
StarCraft.
Nice.
The lore of StarCraft is amazing, and I don't want to see it get the Warcraft treatment.
I mean, it's already been announced. Borderlands. Eli Roth.
Yeah,
I'm
and Craig
interested.
Mazin writing it.
Yeah, I
So
don't think I could do it, but I would like to see that.
Yeah, and Craig Mazin literally jumping on every project now when it comes to video games.
Yeah, that's definitely the one I would want to see. Would be Borderlands. You?
I don't know if I have one that I really want to see per se. I mean, I'm there. This one is in development, and I'm really excited for it. Is the Metal Gear Solid movie that Jordan Vaught Roberts is doing? Have you guys heard about this?
Mm-mm.
So Jordan Vaught Roberts, who made Kong Skull Island, which I think is fucking awesome.
It's a fun movie.
And it's directed so well. Like, there's so many sequences in that are so fucking spectacular. Even if it's like silly at times, I think it's.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's just a nice B movie, pretty
it's
much.
a totally like great B movie.
Mhm.
But Jordan Vaught Roberts has signed on and has been like attached to for like years now. A Metal Gear Solid movie that he's like, I'm an enormous Metal Gear Solid fan. He's like, I love all the games. I've played all of them countless times. He's like, he had hired two screenwriters, Jay Basu and Derek Connolly, to write the script with him. And he's like, while we were developing the basis for the story and everything, he's like, me, those two guys, and Kojima just lived in an apartment together and just played the games and hung out and came up with ideas. And I'm like, you know what? We need this fucking movie.
Yes.
And then he released concept art from like of what his early stages of the movie are. They look so fucking good. And he wants to get into all the weird Metal Gear shit. He doesn't want to just do a normal fucking adaptation. He wants to bring in every fucking crazy ass thing, and like you can see it in like the concept art. He's like doing like some of the surrealist.
It's such a
crazy stuff.
convoluted story.
I love Metal Gear so much. It's so convoluted. That's why like I'm really excited to finally fucking get around to playing Death Stranding, because it's unfiltered Kojima.
It's like how'd you describe it? It's like 007 mixed with like Mission Impossible. Just like the feel.
Vaught Roberts got it perfect when he called it. He's like, it's weird. It's military surrealism. Military surrealism.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't played a single game, so
They're so good.
Yeah.
There's like, there was like some adaptation, like there are like the stories of like those brilliant like possibly almost happened video game adaptations that we never got. One of them was the Halo movie that we almost got. That
We do need that.
they're doing the TV show on Showtime right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're in the middle of filming that.
Did anybody ever see that Netflix like?
no, I never watched it.
Nah,
Not student film, but like indie spin-off thing.
nah, I didn't.
It was cool, even though it was just like Halo at the end of it.
I've heard of that.
It was something random for the majority.
But it was going to be written by Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina, Annihilation.
Okay.
Damn.
Directed and wrote those movies.
Damn.
He wrote 28 Days Later, wrote Sunshine, wrote Dread, and he was writing the Halo movie that was going to be directed by Peter Jackson.
Bro, it'd be so
And
beautiful to
Peter
see.
Jackson was gonna make a Halo movie.
Yeah, and Peter Jackson was going to be directing it with Guillermo del Toro producing,
Whew.
and with
Dude.
Alex Garland writing. And we almost got this movie, and then
When was this gonna come out?
this was like the mid 2000s.
So this would have been in.
late 2000s and
Damn.
mid to late 2000s, and then at one point Peter Jackson stepped down as director to be a producer, and Neil Blomkamp was going to direct it right after doing District 9, which
Okay, so, and then he did Elysium instead.
yeah, which he was going to do that still with the Alex Garland script. So I was like, God, that would have been so like good. Like
Damn.
I wish we'd got
What happened? It just fell through.
fell through. Microsoft and them like had a falling out.
Fuck you, Bill Gates.
Yeah. And I mean, there's another video game movie I want to see, but I'm not getting that adaptation of it. I'm getting a shit one. Is Uncharted.
We don't
Don't
talk
even,
about
don't
Uncharted.
even, don't give me a no.
I'm not
no.
getting the fucking
No.
Uncharted movie that I
We've
deserve.
We've been talking about it the last two podcasts. I don't want to get redundant. Fuck that movie.
Fuck that movie.
Fuck Tom Holland.
Dude,
Fuck it.
is
Fuck Mark Wahlberg, man.
dude.
Fuck Ruben Fleischer, man. Like
I found that out like last week. Did you tell me? Yes, I didn't know.
Because
Oh
I
my
saw
God.
Mark Wahlberg was attached to him. I was like,
he's
what is
playing
he gonna be?
Sully.
Yeah, and then like when I found that out, I literally pulled up a clip and I'm like, "This is Sully. This is not going to be Mark Wahlberg. There's no way."
No.
What?
He's like
No.
Dude, dude, no,
What?
I'm getting
No.
fired up now.
Hey.
That's gonna be fucking bad. It's such
hey,
bad.
buddy, what's going on? Hey, why don't you say hi to your mother for me? It's amazing. Yeah.
Dude, like if he tries to do an
It's a
accent
fucking pancake.
and with a no, he can't. He
He can't even grow a mustache.
He can't.
And I'm like super angry that Ruben fucking Fleischer is directing it because I think he's a hack.
Damn.
Last of Us is Naughty Dog, right?
Naughty Dog, yeah. Ruben Fleischer did.
Are we gonna get a Crash
He
movie
did
too?
Zombieland. He did Venom.
Yeah, he did Zombieland. Zombieland was good. I liked the first Zombieland quite a bit. I don't like Venom. I don't like Gangster Squad. I don't like 30 Minutes or Less. And I don't like Zombieland Double Tap.
It was 30 Minutes or Less. Jesse Eisenberg.
Mhm, the
and
pizza
with
movie.
with Aziz Ansari too.
Yeah, and he's fucking directing the Uncharted movie.
Well,
It's not even.
because he was like the last resort. This movie had how many fucking directors?
A lot. There was if we're talking about the
I
entire.
want to say like I'm feeling like 11 or something.
Yeah,
like something
we're
ridiculous.
We're pretty close to that. I mean, like, if we want to talk about the entire development of the entire project from like the very beginning, the first person to do that was going to do it was David O. Russell, who did American
Damn.
Hustle. And back then, Mark Wahlberg was going to play Nate, which I still think is
Did
a
you ever
bad-
see the fan film of Nathan Fillion?
I think it's great. Yeah,
Dude, it's fucking amazing.
it's so awesome. I love it. But back then, I've read David O. Russell's script. It's okay. It's like there's some good things. There's some pretty terrible things.
Is it taking just from kind of everything? Is it like its own
No.
story, or is it going with the first game?
It adapts the first game, but it makes some pretty major changes, and some of them not for the better. Like Sully is explicitly like Nate's dad for some reason.
No,
and
that doesn't work.
there's like a lot of bad scenes of like very corny action hero shit. But back then it was going to be Robert De Niro playing Sully and Mark Wahlberg playing Nate, and I don't quite like that casting.
Dude, no, fuck this.
Yeah, and then after that it was going to be the guy who did Limitless who was going to direct it.
I need to see a concept photo of fucking Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland so I can burn it.
Yes,
It's like, why is that story the one you pick?
exactly.
Then let some weird.
I always
origin.
thought Bradley Cooper
Bradley Cooper would have been a terrific
would have been
Nate.
like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
He would've
100%.
been-
He's a little bit too old now, but
Yeah,
I mean,
like, he had like
I thought the same thing.
the
like,
Hangover personality he
Hangover,
have was the wittiness of Drake.
Yeah, when he was young, he could be Nate. Now he can be Joel. But you know, and then after that, after the Limitless guy was directing it, the guy who did Horrible Bosses was gonna direct it, Seth Gordon. And then after that, we got fucking Sean Levy who was directing it.
How about you guys just hold off? Let Akshay and I direct it, okay?
Yeah, guys,
we can
just let
do
us
it.
do it.
We can do
I-
it.
that would be amazing. And then the past two directors they had before
Mark fucking Wahlberg.
before Ruben Fleischer were great choices. Like the guys who were going to direct it before Ruben Fleischer, they were such terrific choices because it was Travis Knight who did Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great director. I love his work. I love Kubo and the Two Strings. I haven't seen Bumblebee.
It's a fun movie.
But he's also the founder of Leica Studios, so he had his hand in all of those films, and he co-wrote a lot of them. But he directed Kubo, which is brilliantly directed. And then before him, Dan Trachtenberg was going to direct it, and he did 10 Cloverfield Lane.
What the hell is going on behind the scenes that these guys go on and they're like, nope, no, never mind.
Probably
I don't
just
want
creative differences.
Creative difference. I mean, Sony, I think, wants to create a brand more
is
than
any Naughty Dog person attached to it?
No.
We want Tom Holland.
Yeah. No, that's
we
the thing.
want him to floss.
I think that's the thing. I think Sony just decided that they want to make a brand off of Uncharted, and they don't want to make a great film as much as they want to make the brand.
They want to make, yeah.
That's why they're staying steadfast to Tom Holland being the new Nathan Drake.
Like, they are fucking set on that, and I'm not.
You can't make a brand unorganically like that.
And before even Dan Trachtenberg was director, Joe Carnahan was going to direct it, and Joe Carnahan is... I'm just raising this up for the camera. He did a lot of weak films, but his last directed film was great, which was The Grey.
Ooh, wow, that was a great.
He made The Grey, but he also made The A-Team and Smokin' Aces, and wrote the recent Death Wish remake. So he also made Narc, which is okay.
Have you seen Cold Pursuit?
I have not. No, actually.
You should watch it.
I'll check it out. But yeah, that's the thing. Joe Carnahan was gonna do it, and the thing is that he wrote a whole script that was like he was gonna do it as like a direct adaptation of the first game with like changes and like punching it up and everything, and like adult Drake as it is. And it was that Sony, and like this is exactly like from the rumors that everyone heard, that Sony, the executive, saw the first cut of Spider-Man: Homecoming and immediately told Joe Carnahan, make it that it's a young Nathan Drake that Tom Holland's gonna play, otherwise you're dropped from the project. And then he got dropped from the project.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I just saw the warning.
Oh man.
Do you have much to say about Onward?
No.
Go check out our reaction review for it. This will just basically be the Last of Us podcast. Sorry we couldn't talk about
Fuck Mark Wahlberg.
All the fun stuff about Onward. Fun family tale. If you didn't have a dad growing up and lost him to illness, it's probably going to be very emotional for you. Tell us down below what you guys
watch Disney movies.
What video game movie do you think, or show,
all right,
do you think should be a thing?
All right, guys, it's been real. Andrew?
What you could...
Is it... Are we doing this yet?
You don't have to be like that. It's Michaela.
Okay.
And it's Akshay.
Peace.
Bye.